Welcome to Reality is Undefeated. I'm Matt Gatewood. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not red pill, blue pill, purple pill, or any other pill for that matter. If I had to associate my thoughts and the way I move with any particular group, it would be red pill because their ideologies are more reality based. But what I see in a lot of these communities are there's a lot of talkers and not too many walkers. I think Jay-Z said it best on his Blueprint 3 album, a song called Already Home, where he stated, "As for the critics, tell me I don't get it. Everybody can tell you how to do it. They never did it." So while a lot of the talking points are valid concerns and many of the takes are very much correct, if the person that's stating it cannot relate on a personal level, some credibility is instantly lost on that person's opinion. Someone who's been in a faithful, monogamous relationship for the last 20 years cannot relate to the dating atmosphere of today and should not speak on it directly, just as someone who has not spent a significant amount of time in a relationship should not speak on long-term relationships of 10, 15, or 20 years. You cannot relate. As my wife and I are more than halfway through our 16th year of marriage, I want to reiterate to those seeking to accomplish a long-term relationship that it's not easy. You will need to have the ability to communicate on tough issues. Having the ability to forgive is essential. Being understanding is imperative, and having a willingness to work things out is paramount because you are going to go through some stuff. Oh yeah, there may be some improper communications, some infidelity, some harsh truths that need to be spoken. There may be a need for a growth allowance. You may go through some financial hardships or some health scares. And if you know you can't deal with some of this, don't propose or accept a proposal for marriage. See, a lot of you guys will get married, go through hardship, get divorced, and then speak down on the institution of marriage because you and your partner were not ready and your marriage didn't last. And I'm not stating that you need to accept anything negative or anything that you deem disrespectful from your partner just for the sake of staying married. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is that if you're not putting your best foot forward when it comes to your marriage will fail. There's no doubt about it. Married people disagree, argue, fight, etc. Then they communicate, forgive each other, work out a path forward, and move on with a better understanding of each other as it pertains to that issue. The home stays intact, there's no need for lawyers, custody battles, assets being divided, and there's no bitterness towards each other. You continue to build on what you've already built to that point, and your overall quality of life is much better. Now, I say all of this not to convince anyone that they should or shouldn't get married. I simply want you guys to understand what marriage actually looks like. See, a lot of you guys were sold a dream of what marriage is supposed to look like through the media. The movies, the television shows, the advertisements, Zell's showing that beautiful diamond ring and he proposed and it was just so magnificent. Very rarely do you see the harsh realities of marriage. You guys know I like to use cars as analogies, so here we go. See, choosing someone to marry based on looks is just like choosing a used car based on looks. You like the paint job, the rims got it sitting pretty. But then you get inside and there's a check engine light. AC compressor is out, so it's blowing hot, and the transmission is slipping. And that's what a lot of you do. Your friends tell you how perfect you guys look together. He or she is hot. Don't let that one go. They're a catch. And next thing you know, 6 months of dating have gone by, and boom, you're married. Then you start dealing with the emotional traumas of her last relationship and his mommy issues. And he won't take the trash out. And she won't make you a sandwich. And he won't get off the game to come watch a movie with you. And she goes out with her friends too much. All of those things would have been noticed had you test drove the car. Live with each other for a little bit. Learn each other, strengths and weaknesses. Get familiar with certain tendencies that each other exhibits. He does this when he's mad. She does this when something's wrong. See what you like about that person, and more importantly, what you dislike about that person before making life-changing commitments. You know whether or not that person is what you're looking for, and you'd make an informed decision to purchase, commit, or decline. Separate. You may still purchase that used vehicle knowing everything that's wrong with it, but now you don't feel taken by the seller. You're committed to doing the work necessary to get it running up in tip-top shape. And when other things arise, alternator goes out or another light appears on the dashboard, you're not upset. You understood that that vehicle wasn't perfect and you're in a better headspace to deal with it. Marriage is the same way. Understand what marriage is before making that decision.